people. I hope you all are doing well. This is Daphne O, back with another YouTube video. From the title, you can tell this is a planner video. It's just me giving you some tips on how to use your planner. There's no right or wrong way on using your planner. These tips just show you how to use it more efficiently. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate seeing your face. Those who already have subscribed, I appreciate you as well. Just a little bit about my channel here. I promote my book brand, KB Books Present, on this channel. I also do home and lifestyle that can be anywhere between DIYs, gardening, just little vlogs of me and my family out and about. My daughter Kayla Bean, she has a section up here on this channel as well. That's what the name of this channel is, Daphne O and Kayla Bean, so she does have her own section. I also do illustrations and I do food vlogs featuring my mom's recipe and some of my own. And so yeah, if you're interested in this kind of content and you like it, please like and subscribe to my channel. And we will get back into what this video is about, planner tips. I'm outside on the back porch, so you will hear the wind blowing. It's a little breezy today. You might hear the insects and cars going by. So I apologize for the external noise, but I'm outside doing this video. It's a hot day here in Carolina, but it feels good back on this porch. So the first planner tip that I would give to anybody who's getting a planner will be to do your research. Because the planners are not one size fits all. I feel like planners should be unique to your personality, and it should be unique to your needs. You should choose a planner that's going to fit your needs. For example, I have a to-do list planner, because that's the way I do my business, by writing everything down on a to-do list. Some people need a time planner that starts in the morning, like at 7 o'clock, and ends at night, at midnight, so they have little time slots where they can write out the time. I don't do that. I don't pinpoint my time now. I just need a to-do list. But some people do need that. Some people need dated planners that's already dated, starting with the first date of the, starting with January 1st, going all the way through the end of the year as far as the monthly planner goes. Some people prefer undated planners just in case they decide to start writing down or using their planner in the middle of the year. I personally prefer an undated planner because I never know when one planner is going to end and when the next planner is going to start. A dated planner is great if I'm going to start like at the beginning of the year, like a New Year resolution type situation, and I know I'm going to start on January 1st. So a dated planner is good in a situation like that, but some people prefer undated planner. That's why you should do your research. You should first figure out what it is you need out of a planner. What is it that you want a planner to do? And then you should do your research on the different type of planners that fit those needs, and not just your needs but your personalities. People, if you are a part of the planner community, and people that are not a part of the planner community, I can't talk that, will not understand what I'm saying. But if you are a part of the planner community, you will know how seriously we take planning. And the look of the book, the planner itself, is important for those who take it seriously. So when you do your research, you have to find a cover that appeals to you. Some people like planners that are spiral, that have the spiral binding. Some people want hardback planners. Some people prefer paperback planners. Not many prefer paperback planners, but some people do prefer paperback planners. The color of the planner, the wording on the planner, the title, the attraction, all that to fit your personality. So that's my first tip. My first tip would be for you to do your research. Find a planner that fits your personality and fits your need, especially that fits your needs. Because if you buy something that doesn't fit your need, then you're wasting your money because you're not going to use it. Which brings me to my second tip. Once you find a planner that fits your needs and that you like, well, it don't really bring me to my second point. My second point coincides with my first point, but it's not what I was about to say. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse y'all. My second tip is to shop around. Once you find a planner that you think fit your need, that is great. The thing is, you don't have to stick with that planner. Like if you buy that planner and then you realize this planner is not, I don't like this planner. It's not everything that I thought it was. Oh, you decided you need a water count because you're trying to uptake in your water intake and you want to keep record of it. But that planner doesn't have it. You don't have to stick with that planner. You can go with a different planner. Shopping around until you find what fits your needs is important, but also keep in mind the price of shopping around because planners can become expensive. I mean, you can get cheaper planners, and there's nothing wrong with cheaper planners. I got a few cheaper planners myself. I told my friends the other day I'm a hoarder because I have planners back from 1997. I have not thrown them away. I like to keep them. I like to go back and see the things that I did. I just keep them. and they're the cheaper ones. I got one that was not as cheap, but they're the cheap ones. So there's nothing wrong with the cheap planner. But the more you figure out what you need, the higher the price can go if you're trying to fit all your needs into one planner. So yeah, shop around. You don't have to stick with one planner. And that's my second tip. You do not have to stick with it. Now, if you find that one planner the first time, that's great. That's awesome. But if you don't have to stick with that one planner. My third tip is to use it every day. It's kind of pointless to get a planner and you're not going to use it. That's a waste of money. I mean, that goes without saying, it's a waste of money. So if you get a planner, use it every day. And in using it every day, what I mean is write down everything that you think is important. Doesn't mean you have to do everything that you write down, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. A lot of people get planners and they overwhelm themselves. That's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. But you do need to write down everything that is important to you that you want to get done that day. And even if you don't get it all done that day, guess what? You can carry it over to the next day. Or you can make a note that, well, you know what? I don't have time for this anytime this week or anytime this month. You can carry it over into the next month. But write down everything that's important to you for that day. My fourth planner will be at the end. Fourth tip will be at the end of each day. Mark off each thing that you did get accomplished, that you had written down before they get accomplished that day. Check it off. And anything that you didn't get accomplished, as I said, you can take it over to the next day, or you can leave yourself a mental note. Or I mean, not a mental, well, a mental note as well. But you can leave yourself a note on the next day saying something like, I'm not going to be able to get this accomplished this week. I'm going to do it next week, or I'm going to tackle it next month. You can leave yourself little notes like that for the things that you did not accomplish that you wanted to get accomplished that day. But it is important to so you can see your progress. So you can just mark it off so you can see your progress, what you have accomplished for that day. My fifth tip, and I think this is an important tip. All of them is important, but I think this is real important, is to keep your planner near your nightstand, or not necessarily near your nightstand, but where when you wake up the next morning, you wanna see it, so it can remind you to use it. Even better if you can keep it to in your nightstand and have it open to the day that you're gonna be that you're on, to that day's date. That's even better, because then you can have a first glance look at what you already got written down for that day, and you can already get a mental note of how your day is gonna go. So it don't necessarily have to be next to your nightstand. Nightstand would be great, but it can be on your desk where you perform most of your work during the day, or it can be up there by your coffee table when you get coffee first thing in the morning. Just have it somewhere in sight where it's one of the first things you see in the morning. I think that's a very important tip to follow. It'll help you use your planner every day as well. My sixth tip would be to start big and step down, but that all depends on what type of planner you have. Like, because you can have monthly planners, yearly planners, weekly planner, daily planners. Some planners have it all in one. If you have a planner that's all in one, the yearly, monthly, daily, weekly. Say that wrong. Yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. Start large. Start your year planning. And then you break that year planning down into smaller monthly planning. Then you break your monthly planning down into your weekly planning. And then you break your weekly planning down into your daily planning. And each step you can get more, like your yearly goals can be just broad. But every time you break it down to smaller steps, you can get into more detail. I like this because bigger goals broken down into smaller steps makes it so much easier for you to accomplish those big goals. So that would, if you have that type of planner, that would be my sixth tip to you, to start with the year and then break it down small. Last but not least, because there are plenty of other tips that you can find out there about planners that will help you use it efficiently. This is my favorite one. Don't be afraid to be messy. Some people write in their planners, they make a mistake and they're scared to scribble it out. Don't be afraid to be messy. It's your personal planner. Nobody else's eyes is going to be on it. As long as you understand what you got written down in that planner, that's all that matters. And then people in the planner community will tell you, we go as far as we have stickers and everything that we have all over our planners. Little reminder stickers. For holidays coming up, we have like a holiday sticker. Some people who drink a lot of coffee and want to do coffee breaks, they have little coffee break stickers. Like, don't be afraid to get messy with your planner. Like I said, as long as you understand it, as long as you understand the notes you got going on, everything that you got written down, it doesn't matter, because it's your personal planner for your eyes only. So be messy. Don't be afraid to get messy with your planner. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't want to make it too long. I'm try to edit it so it won't be too long. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. If y'all like this type of content, please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below. As I state in my description, I can take constructive criticism, but I don't tolerate blatant rudeness and disrespect. If that's what you're coming for, then please leave that somewhere else. We just want positive over here in this channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.